Welcome to Megillah 2. Today we're learning about the reading of the Megillah, which is the scroll that is read on the holiday of Purim. Typically, Purim is celebrated on the 14th day in the month of Adar. However, the Talmud here tells us that when it comes to Kfarim, small villages, we allow them to read and hear the Megillah not on the typical day, the 14th, but they could actually fulfill their obligation by hearing it as early as the 11th of the month of Adar. The question is, why? So, first of all, these people who lived in these small towns, they would travel to the big cities twice a week, namely on Mondays and Thursdays, in which the Talmud calls Yom HaChnisa. And they would go to these large cities in order to be able to provide food that they grew in their fields to all the different people and to be able to sell all the produce. Now, these individuals may not have the expertise and knowledge to be able to read the Megillah scroll, and therefore they're not able to actually read it themselves, and the people in the village, there's no one to be able to do so. And therefore, they would have had to travel back to these larger cities to be able to find scholars to read the Megillah for them on the 14th. On this, it states that because they would have such difficulty, it would be such a trouble for them to travel back an extra third day. Because of that, we go extremely lenient and allow them to even be able to hear the Megillah while they're already in these large cities, while they're selling their items on, again, as early as the 11th. This shows the tremendous sensitivity that we have when it comes to people. Instead of saying, I'm sorry, Purim is celebrated on the 14th, and therefore because of that, you have to travel a third day of the week to be able to hear the Megillah read. On this, the Talmud states, no. We understand the difficulty that another person has, and because we're sensitive to those difficulties, we will allow them to be able to hear the Megillah even earlier.